This little notebook is quite old. It dates back from my Stampin' Up! Demonstrator days. I think I got this around 2010 or so. And a couple of days ago, someone mentioned Terra Skin as being a paper that is similar to Yupo, and I remembered that little notebook because this notebook is made of Terra Skin paper. You can see here in the back. And Terra Skin is a paper made of ground stone, and it's quite particular. It's a little bit different than Yupo paper, although in the same category, I want to say. And so I kind of did a couple of tests with the paper because I wanted to see if I could use it with watercolor. And Terra Skin is a little bit more porous than Yupo. It's also a little bit more pliable, and it takes to watercolor beautifully. Now I just did a test on this sheet here. I wanted to abuse it. I really wanted to put it to the test. So I watercolored on it. I splashed water. I doodled on it with a gel pen. I wanted to see if the pen would sink into the paper and be somewhat permanent. It's not, obviously. And I also took a heat tool to it and to see if it would warp, and it does warp a little bit. I have some folds here and there. Now this was me applying the heat source like right, in the same spot. Although it does not melt like Yupo, because obviously Yupo being made of plastic it's a different composition, but it still warps. You can't tear it. Oh, well, you can. But it just, you can tear it. Okay. I tried earlier and I couldn't tear it. You kind of have to get it going. Yeah. See, it's a little bit harder to tear than normal paper, but anyways, there goes my piece. So, what I was thinking of doing is practice in this little booklet for my morning practice, until I finish it. It's almost, there's not a lot of pages. I removed the pages that had lists because they were irrelevant. I didn't need them. I'm just hiding personal information here. And I had started recording the process for this, and for some reason, because I was doing different things or I was filming different things at the same time, I destroyed the footage. So here's a little piece that I did very quickly. It's kind of like abstract-ish, and it was fun, and I wish I had kept the footage because it was a fun thing to do. But anyways, I'm gonna film another one in the next page. Things happen here. Yeah, because I removed some pages, it's kind of like weird. But the good thing about this paper is that you can use both sides because it's quite thick, and because it's almost non-porous, nothing will transpire on the back. You can also use alcohol inks on Terra Skin paper. Just wanted to add that. All right. So I didn't like what I was doing, and I tried to fix it, and it was worse. So now I'm trying to, oh, it works. It looks like it's gonna work. I'm trying to erase all traces of what I've done. You're gonna have to rub at it. Some watercolor paints are more staining than others. So obviously that blue is a staining color. Back to square one. I also want to mention that this is grid paper, but towards the end of the booklet I have plain pages. Alright, round number 2. I'm having a hard time lifting color on this paper. It's also very difficult to do clean shapes because the paint sort of glides, and even though my brush strokes seem to be fairly clean, it does this weird thing where it wants to spread out of the shape as well. So yeah, there's that. So I'm gonna let that page be. this one's drying. I'm going to see if I can have some fun with this page. I could probably doodle over this and have some fun. Alright, so you probably know me by now if you've been watching my videos for a while. I'm quite determined. So I haven't said my last word on this page. I've had breakfast now, so I feel better. I want to test out colored pencils on this paper, so I thought it would be a great idea to use on this little page just because, well, it's kind of lost anyway, so I've got nothing to lose. So what I was going to do is outline, let me just clean that off a bit, I just sharpened it, outline those leaves and see what I can do with them. So let's see. I mean, I sort of suspected that I would be able to use colored pencils on this because it is porous after all. If you can use gel pens and markers on a surface, chances are you can use colored pencils as well. So, oh, this is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is redraw some of these leaves. This is indigo blue, which I think is redundant. I think indigo means blue, but my opinion. Maybe I'll do some veins. Just to make it more interesting. And maybe a little bit of black to further emphasize the shape. I do like to shade with black, but I like to combine it with another color when I do. Okay, I've got an itty bitty white I want to finish off. It's in a pencil holder. I wonder if the white is gonna show. The white is good for blending. Ooh, ooh, I like that. Oh, it's kind of like it softens everything up on this paper. It's amazing how well it blends. I guess because of the property of that paper. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, I'll keep going. I didn't want to spend too much time on this, but I did. Just because I was having fun. So, yeah. I made something out of that page I didn't like, which, yay. I do want to add, though, just a touch of yellow. I'm going to use my flat brush and this yellow ochre here, because it's the yellow I used here and there, and I'm just gonna lighten up certain spots because I find it's a good, you know, reminder that I have that color somewhere else. Just a light. Yellow is a great color to lighten up a painting that looks quite somber. Like this one, it's very dark, but see, that yellow brings a little bit of sunshine into the painting, and I like it. Alright, so for this page I have peacock green, and of course my page is dry. That goes without saying. This one was a good recovery. I have to say that I'm quite proud of this piece, just because in my eyes it was not going anywhere. I mean, the positioning of it might not be, you know, perfect, but I like it for the fact that I was able to bring it back. I'm noticing something here while I'm talking. I need to blend this. Ay. All right. Okay, blended. I'm sure I'm gonna find other things to correct. I was going very hard on this paper and I can barely see any marks on the other side. Like, not marks, but indentations, because it doesn't go through. This paper is just, oh, it's sturdy, it's awesome. So I wonder if they sell it in big sheets or pads. Probably. I'm sure my friend Patty knows all about Terra Skin. I'm sure she's used this in the past, so she can tell me all about it. I see something else. Yeah, there's another color right here that I need to bring out. I'm separating these little parts here in the flowers, it kind of brings out each and every color. I had a nice, you know, deep yellow or ochre color here that I needed to bring out. Okay, I'm almost done. I promise I'm almost done. You know, adding the details and the shading and, you know, bringing out the colors, to me, there's no greater satisfaction. It's the same as when I do line work in my paintings, finding the little portals. Remember the portals? Finding the little portals, the little gems. Oh gosh, I love this. But will I ever stick to one style, guys? I'm worried about myself because I seem to be jumping from loose painting to more structural geometric stuff to somewhat realism and back to abstract, and it's like, girl, get your act together, stick to one thing. But hasn't happened yet. Anyways, I am so in love with this painting. I guess you can call it a drawing. See, I keep adding. Oh, I just love doing that. Somebody stop me, please. And I even forget to speak. This is too funny. That's it for this video. I'm gonna try and leave as much footage as possible without having too much of a long video. I hope that you will enjoy seeing the process, how this little drawing emerged. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, my awesome patrons, for supporting my art over at Patreon. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Also, below you will find the list of supplies that I used for this drawing. You just have to click on Show More. Have a super fun and creative and magical day, and I will see you tomorrow.